Dear students, welcome again in the class of the biology and chapter is life process. Dear student, in the life process, you have already studied via videos, via online about the nutrition, digestion in human, absorption, assimilation and respiration and respiratory system. And now the third life process, that is the transportation in plants and transportation in animals, as well as the transportation in human, that you will learn in this topic. So this is the life process and topic is transportation. So the meaning of the transport is to carry the things. The meaning of the transport is to carry the things, and the meaning of the transportation is to the place a material from one place to another place. The transfer of the material from one place to another place is called transportation. So in the living system, especially in the plants and animals, the transportation takes place. As in the beginning I have told you about the molecular movement. So molecular movement is nothing, that is the transportation. So transportation of the material, transportation of the glucose, amino acid, vitamins, food, oxygen, carbon dioxide, harmful substances that get transported from one place to another place for the facilitation of that particular living organism. Dear student, in the plants, first of all take the example of the plants. So in plants the transportation is done by the vascular bundles. These vascular bundles are xylem and phloem. So these vascular bundles are xylem and phloem, and they facilitate the transportation of water, transportation of mineral, translocation of food, and process of transpiration takes place by these vascular bundles which are found in the plant body. My dear students, in the plant body, let us start from the process of absorption of water and minerals. Then you will find that the absorption takes place. The absorption, suppose this is a plant. Suppose this is a plant. Suppose this is a plant that dipped into the ground, roots. So what happened? From the root, the water and minerals are there. And if you elaborate this diagram, this is the root here. This is the root here. So from root here, the hydrogen ion come out, and it is replaced by the mineral ion inside it. Mineral ions like calcium ion, magnesium ion, phosphorus ion, etc. So these minerals, it comes inside the root hairs by the exhausting of the hydrogen ion from the roots into the soil. This is the mineral absorption. And now water absorption takes place by this root hairs. Water again that get absorbed from the root hairs, and it comes into the and that bundle
come into this xylem bundle, and this bundle facilitate the absorption of water into it, so that the water rises up and go up to the leaves. So this is the first part, absorption of water. So my dear student, this absorption of water takes place from the root itself, absorption of water and absorption of mineral, that takes place. That is done by the xylem. Absorption by xylem, as in the structure of the xylem that we have already studied in the class 9th. And now these leaves manufacture the food by the process of photosynthesis, and the manufactured food that get translocated, second, that is the translocated by the phloem. It gets translocated by the phloem with the help of the movement, and phloem translocate the food wherever the food is required, wherever the food content is required, then the translocation takes place. So my dear student, and third part that is in the plant transportation is concerned, that is transpiration. So this transpiration takes place by the stomata. These stomata are found in the leaf. Suppose this is the leaf. So these leaves are having this kind of structure, and stomatal pores are there. These are the stomatal pores. So these will be the stomata, and as far as the stomata structure is concerned, these will be the guard cell, and this will be the stomatal pore. These are the guard cells. These guard cells is responsible for opening and closing of the stomatal pore, so that the transpiration, means loss of water, takes place, and absorption of carbon dioxide, oxygen, etc. takes place by this stomata itself. So my dear student, diffusion, transpiration, translocation and absorption, that all processes are connected with the transportation in plants by the vascular bundles. If you review the notes, then you will be able to understand this. My dear students, come to the next topic, that is the transportation in animals. This is about the plant, and now come to the transportation in animals. So the transportation in animals is very much concerned with the fluid. The animals are fulfilled with the different fluids, and like small animals like insects, etc. are having the fluid like hemocyanin, and they don't have the closed vascular system. They have the open vascular system, like in insects, in earthworm, in other small living organisms, and in unicellular organisms. The diffusion process facilitates the process of transportation. So let us see in the animals. How does it take place in the animals? In the animals, the cockroach, you can take the structure of this cockroach. The cockroach, this is the fluid field. The fluid field inside this cockroach, and this field is the open vascular system. So there are two vascular systems, open and closed. Open open and closed vascular system. So there are two systems, open and closed vascular system. So dear student, this open vascular system and closed vascular systems are found in different types of the animals. So closed vascular system that are found in the small insect, small other living organisms, etc., and closed vascular system are found in the higher animals like amphibian, fishes, reptiles, birds, and even mammals. So in the mammals, the syllabus is of human, and now we will facilitate the study of the transportation in human. So now let us see the transportation in human. So my dear students, in human there are the transport system, and that transport system is called blood vascular system. Blood vascular system and lymphatic system. So there are two systems in human are found. One is blood vascular system and another is the lymphatic system. Blood vascular system and lymphatic system. My dear students, this blood vascular system and lymphatic systems are parallelly scattered throughout the body in the human body. And now, first of all, let us start the study of the blood vascular system. Blood vascular system is composed of number 1 blood, number 2 heart, number 3 vessels, blood vessels. So these are the components of the blood vascular system of human. My dear friend, if you see the first blood, then you will find that there are 3 components of the blood. Number one, RBC. RBC, red blood corpuscles, are also called erythrocytes. My dear friend, this RBC don't have the nucleus. As far as structure are concerned, this is the disc-shaped structure and there is no nucleus. These are the cells, RBC, no nucleus is there, and they carry hemoglobin. And carboxyaminohemoglobin. Carboxyaminohemoglobin. So these two contents are there in the red blood cells, and hemoglobin carry oxygen plus O2. This carry CO2 in the blood. So this is the RBC, and the life is almost 125 days. The RBC, matured RBC, that survive for 125 days, and the main function is to carry the oxygen and carbon dioxide, and that this is found in the red color. Due to the hemoglobin, the RBC color is red. Number 2, that is WBC. These are leukocytes. Leukocytes are these are found in different shapes, WBC, and basophil monocytes, different basophils
neutrophils, eosinophils. So there are so many types of the WBC are there, and the main function of WBC is to defense the body. They are the warrior, they produce the antibody and they protect the human body from the infection. They perform the function of the phagocytosis. And my dear student, third one is this is the platelets. My dear student, these platelets are mainly for the purpose of the providing the base to the blood, as well as these are called the thrombocytes. And these thrombocytes produce thrombin, which helps in the blood clotting, and they provide the base. This is a protein, thrombin, and this thrombin facilitates the clotting of the blood. So my dear student, this blood, and almost 45% of blood is water, that is water, and 65% is the blood cells. And mainly this blood facilitates the carrying the different materials like glucose, protein, vitamins, water, and oxygen and carbon dioxide in the blood vascular system, and it transports the different materials from one place to another place like food and oxygen, carbon dioxide and waste material in the human body. Therefore, dear students, for today you have to revise this and keep watching. Thank you very much for watching this video.